Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Kinston where two parents are now facing charges of child abuse. Now, on January 30th, the Department of Social Services filed a report with the Kinston Police Department regarding a 2-year-old child who had a broken arm and received medical treatment. Now, during the medical evaluation, officials say staff also found evidence of an older fracture. Detectives began an investigation into the report and soon got arrest warrants for the child's father, 28-year-old Joshua Capps, and the child's mother, 26-year-old Cheyenne Godley. On Friday, Capps and Godley were taken into custody and charged with felony child abuse, inflicting serious physical injury. The parents were taken to the Lenoir County Jail, where they remain under no bond. Due to the sensitive nature of this case, officials say no additional information will be released at this time. Now, we also want to turn our attention to a fight that occurred at a chicken plant in eastern North Carolina. On February 17th, the Kinston Police Department got a report from UNC Lenoir Healthcare regarding a victim being treated for serious injuries after an assault that happened at Sanderson Farms. Police Chief Keith Goryette tells WITN the investigation revealed the victim's injuries were consistent with being pistol whipped. After a follow-up investigation, police identified 32-year-old Tyler Simpson as the suspect. Chief Goryette confirmed to WITN that both Simpson and the victim worked at the chicken plant. On Friday, detectives found Simpson at Sanderson Farms, took him into custody, and he was charged with assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, inflicting serious injury, along with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Now, detectives also executed a search warrant on Simpson's vehicle and found a firearm believed to have been used in the assault. Simpson was additionally charged with a second count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The Greenville man remains in custody at the Lenoir County Jail under no bond. And now for a look at your weather forecast. Rain showers starting to slowly approach eastern North Carolina. Going to take some time, though, before we get the bulk of the rain into the east. That is sitting back towards the mountains, and it will be moving in later on this evening. Right now, we've got some light raindrops currently moving over Nash, Halifax, and Northampton counties. Not a lot there, maybe a few drizzle spots, but we're looking at a little bit more substantial rain coming in later on this evening. Now, we're not going to be seeing the type of rain that would put a big dent in our rainfall deficit, but we do again have some drops for portions of eastern North Carolina later on today. I do want to say good morning, or excuse me, good afternoon, or it's still morning hours. Good middle of the day to Susie Heath. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. As far as your air temperatures go, most of us in the upper 40s to low 50s. It's going to be a cooler than average day thanks to the cloud cover and the northeasterly winds that currently are blowing in at about 7 to 15 miles an hour. We do have two 16-mile-per-hour readings in Elizabeth City as well as Stumpy Point, 18-mile-per-hour wind currently in Beaufort. So the wind is picking up speed as we head into the afternoon. Likely going to be maxing out as we head towards 1, 2, and 3 p.m. before we start to see those winds relax a bit. Now, cloud cover will stick with us through the overnight hours tonight into tomorrow morning. So if you're hoping for some sun breaks, you're not going to catch them today. Tomorrow afternoon, though, you do have a pretty good chance of seeing some sun as it tries to break through those clouds. Tomorrow morning starting out in the low 40s, ending up in the upper 50s by lunchtime, low to mid 60s tomorrow afternoon. And again, it comes with partly to mostly cloudy skies, with the mostly cloudy skies fading away, leaving us with some sunshine as we wrap up your Tuesday. Going to be feeling pretty nice out there by the end of the day. But let's take a zoomed in look of exactly what we're going to be dealing with today. Again, a few light raindrops will be possible through lunchtime, but I think most of the rain, which even then isn't going to be a lot, is expected to come in later on this evening. There you can again see some of those showers trying to work their way into eastern North Carolina. Not going to have a widespread heavy rain event. That is not this system. We're looking at light showers, going to be fairly scattered and mostly focused, I would say, for those of you watching north of 264, more focused in those areas than areas around Cape Lookout. But regardless, we see some clearing as we head into Wednesday, and even more sunshine coming out as we head through the really the rest of the week. Wednesday, 77 degrees, 79 on Thursday, 80 on Friday, and we will hold in the low 80s for Saturday, Sunday, and even Monday of next week. So today is the only day we are going to be below our seasonal average in terms of air temperatures for the next 8 days. If you thought yesterday was awesome and you're hoping for more of it, not to worry, we've got it coming. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, all going to be mostly sunny, warm, with a touch of a breeze. Well, that's all we have time for today's 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Monday.